It's Jen from Growing Green Tomatoes. How are you today? I am excited because I'm going to share with you one of my favorite recipes that also works really well for setting yourself up with food prep, even when you only have about 10 or 15 minutes to do it. So hummus. I bet you've had it before. Have you made it before? It was a long time, probably years between. I think I've eaten hummus for, I don't know, a long time, but I'd never made it. Or when I had, it didn't quite turn out well. So I hadn't made it for a few years, but then when I was working at the Dr. Yum Project, which is a local nonprofit here in Fredericksburg, and Dr. Yum team, I love and adore you. And that's where we're gonna get this recipe from. So make sure you check out their site, dryum.org, for the hummus recipe we're gonna make today. But when I was working there, we had an abundance of basil. I think we probably had like 5 plants, and they weren't little plants like you see in the grocery store in the produce section. No, I mean, these were big, huge pots. The basil was getting so high, it was flowering. We couldn't use it fast enough. So one day I took a hummus recipe that we had, and I put the basil in it. And then I also added fresh lemon juice and some of the rind. And it was one of the most delicious recipes. Honestly, I think it's my favorite hummus recipe. I think it is. But oh my gosh, we're already a minute 30 in and we want to get started. So we made that at the Dr. Yum Project, and I haven't stopped making it. I've never bought hummus since then. I only make hummus at home. And if I don't have basil, it's okay. If I don't have lemon, it's okay. I use the recipe and add what I want. Sometimes I'll make a taco hummus, which sounds kind of weird. Basically, it's just black bean dip. So I switch out the garbanzo beans, which is in traditional hummus and what we're going to use today, for black beans. And instead of lemon, I use lime. So you can make little switches like that, really easy. Remember, a recipe is just an idea. It's just a jumping off point for you to come up with your own things. Okay, so let's get started because I want to make this right in front of you so you can see how fast it goes, okay? I want you to use canned beans when you make hummus, and the reason is because there is something inside, the liquid inside is called aquafaba, and it behaves very similar to egg whites. People actually who do vegan cooking and vegetarian cooking use, well, vegetarians still use eggs, so making videos, it's so fun because you can laugh at yourself. So the liquid behaves like egg whites, and vegan chefs and sometimes vegetarian chefs will use it to make a meringue, or when they need that volume that egg whites will give to you. So we're going to use it a little bit. We're going to use a little bit of it today in our hummus. So make sure when you drain the liquid out of the can, you save it. Don't just dump it down the sink, okay? So 1 can of chickpeas. Ideally, you want to find a can that says BPA-free lining. This was what was in my pantry today, and I'm a fan of using what's in my pantry. So when I replace it, I will look for the can that's BPA-free lining. But for today, good enough is good enough. Okay, so what's next? 1 can of the garbanzo beans. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, looking at my recipe right down here, juice and rind of 1 lemon. So here we go. I'm gonna put the juice in real quick. Hope you can see this. It looks like you can. Okay, now I am a fan of lemon. Today I'm just gonna do a little bit to show you how it works, and also a little bit of rind. But probably, honestly, when I turn the camera off, I'll add another lemon or another thing of lemon juice. Now I'm just taking a little bit of the rind off. The beauty of using some of the rind in the recipe is it really freshens it and lightens it up. It also, the same qualities that we look for like in essential oils, they actually come from the rind. So why not just throw some in there? Okay, I'm gonna just put the other half in. I can't resist. I love lemon. Okay, good to go. Wipe my hands off. Now, the next thing that's gonna go in there is tahini. Now, when you're looking for tahini in the grocery store, so this is what this jar looks like, but there is no one brand that I prefer over another. Tahini is actually just smushed sesame seeds. That's all it is. And the beauty of tahini is that it's good source of calcium. believe it or not. And before you scoop to put your tahini in here, I want you to do your oil first. And here's the olive oil. This is basically, I buy this and I buy from Taste, downtown Fredericksburg. Those are the only two places I will buy olive oil from, because this company I trust, Bragg, they also make apple cider vinegar, I'm sure. But I trust that company, and then I trust Taste downtown. But other brands, I've read articles, I've seen things about how it's not always 100% olive oil, and why sabotage ourselves with some unknown oil? Okay, so 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and again, this recipe I will post a link on YouTube so that you can see where to find the recipe. The reason I'm doing the oil before the tahini is that the oil has now coated my spoon, so that when I do the tahini, it mostly comes right out. See? Just one of those little tricks to make it a little easier for you. Okay, so we did 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of tahini. Let's see. I'm gonna do a little bit of pepper, just a sprinkle, and a little bit of salt. Normally I would get my bag of pink Himalayan salt out, but again, you gotta love doing camera, doing videos, it's fun. Okay, so in here so far, we have a can of garbanzo beans, we have the juice and the rind, a little bit of the rind of 1 lemon. You can put as much or as little as you want of the lemon. I'm gonna put my basil leaves in here that I picked this morning. Tahini, olive oil, 2 tablespoons of each, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of the liquid. Now how much depends on you. I like my hummus to be thick, but not so thick that it's more like, I don't want it to be peanut butter consistency. So I put a little more liquid in there. Maybe you want it to be super thick. Maybe you want it to be more like a sauce, so you could put a little bit more. I would say, of course, start with less, and you can always add. I generally add more olive oil, more salt, and more liquid almost every time. Maybe I need to correct a recipe, I don't know. Okay, here we go. We're gonna blend. Oh, how I wish you could taste this. It's really good. So now, what I will do is I will scoop this, not in a big container. Big containers is where food goes to die. Put it straight into small containers. Look, I have a bunch of them here. And this is where my hummus goes. I'm putting it right in here. And then these little containers go sit right in the fridge. I cannot even tell you how wonderful it is to open the refrigerator and see them there. And like I said, it helps me make much better choices. Okay, so the hummus took only a few minutes to make, and it'll only take a few minutes to clean up. There you go. Okay, so I want you to do this and then tell me about it. I want to hear how the hummus turns out for you. Okay, have a wonderful day. Come check out my Facebook page. Of course, the other videos on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and I will follow you back. And of course, if you're looking for more day-to-day solutions, such as hummus and videos like this, please contact me by email or on Facebook, and we'll get you signed up for the garden. At $25 a month, you can't beat it. Okay, have a wonderful day. See you soon.